Thank you for joining the ACA Small Business Bootcamp and Resource Collective for this Thursday, January 14th. We're excited to have everybody with us for this session today. I am Robert Theobald, the Small Business Ombudsman and Vice President of Small Business Services here at the Commerce Authority. To start off, we always like to thank all of our community partners. We could not do these bootcamp sessions without their help, their expertise, their time and their effort. So we appreciate them very much. We have over 100 community partners that have helped with the boot camp and continue to help with it. The Small Business Boot Camp is designed to help small businesses work through the COVID crisis and return stronger than ever. As mentioned, it's a statewide initiative supported by all of those community partners from all corners of the state. And the Boot Camp and Resource Collective is housed on our website and its own webpage. And these boot camps include sessions on PPP, loan forgiveness, guidance, marketing, operations, financial, and many other topics. You can access all the previous boot camp sessions. We've done over 115. All those can be accessed on this webpage under the archive section at the bottom. This is also the same webpage that you use to register for upcoming sessions and view the upcoming sessions. Additionally, on the website is our Resource Collective. And the Resource Collective is a compilation of tools and resources provided by our community partners to help support small businesses as they work through the COVID crisis and work to return. These are just a sample of some of the guides and tools that are available on the Resource Collective. You've got guidance for barbershops, guidance for insurance, unemployment insurance, resources for families. We've got manufacturing, construction, a lot of great tools and resources available for your small businesses. So some quick updates, even though there's a lot of updates to go through. We had a great PPP session yesterday. You can go back and review that recording on our website. But some updates that just came down since then. First, starting on this past Monday, community financial institutions were able to start doing PPP lending. Monday and Tuesday was for the first draw loans, and then starting yesterday, they could do second draw loans. Small lenders, it was just announced yesterday afternoon, evening by the SBA that small lenders will be able to start doing PPP lending on this Friday, the 15th. And all other lenders will be able to start doing PPP loans on Tuesday, the 19th. So it's highly recommended that you reach out to your lender. If you had a PPP loan, you got one the first time and you're looking to get a second one, that you reach out to your lender, make sure you know when they're doing them, follow up on the time frame and their ability to respond to your needs. If you're looking at changing lenders for some reason, we have included here the PPP Arizona lender list. The SBA district office based here in Arizona puts that out. Additionally, we wanted to list some information on two key programs that are part of that stimulus bill that was signed in late December. The Shuttered Venue Operator Grant Program. More details on that are coming soon, hopefully, from the SBA. But we have the basics of the program listed on our website. And the same with the Employee Retention Tax Credit. This program was initiated in the CARES Act, but in the stimulus program, they made some changes to it that are very beneficial for small businesses. So if you have employees, you definitely want to take a look at that program as well. Additionally, to help stay informed on all business resources that are available in Arizona, we have our COVID-19 Arizona Business Resource page. That can be found on our ACA homepage, azcommerce.com. You'll find the link for the Arizona Business Resources right there at the top of the page. I quickly want to touch on a few of the programs that you can leverage for small businesses. We have our small business services, and we can help navigate local banking contacts, working with the SBA or the SBDC or SCORE. Our workforce division can help work with you if you're looking to hire employees or upskill or train your employees. They have a number of different programs to help support that. And the Arizona MEP, Manufacturing Extension Partnership, is a nationally recognized program to help support manufacturers throughout the state of Arizona. Additionally, if you're looking to start a side gig or start a full-time small business, we have a small business checklist, and it's an online interactive tool to help identify and understand the licensing, registration, and compliance needs at the local, state, and federal level. There's also a lot of other great information as part of that checklist. You can find that at azcommerce.com/smallbiz, B-I-Z. And finally, I want to do a quick reminder of the state's COVID-19 and information resources that can be found at arizonatogether.org. That's always updated with not just business, but all kinds of information related to COVID-19. So next week's sessions, today we've got a great session that we're going to get to shortly, but just look ahead for next week. On Tuesday at 9 a.m., we've got Bringing Your Brand to Life from the Blaze experts. They did a fabulous session before when they were with us, and we're looking to hear from them again and see how we can apply that guidance to our 2021. On Wednesday, we're going to have another follow-up on the Paycheck Protection Program and get into a little more depth on some of the stimulus program items as well, such as the employee retention tax credit, EIDL, and other information. And then on Thursday, we have Scaling Back Up or Building a Better Business for 2021 with Chris Ronzio from Training. So we're looking forward to those sessions as well. So today we've got an exciting session. I'm really looking forward to this. We have Madhu Chadha from WSI Optimized Web Solutions. She is going to share her expertise and understanding on LinkedIn. We haven't dived into this topic yet, but it's something that many of us are on LinkedIn and want to know how we can use it to grow our business. And so we are going to go ahead and turn the time over to Madhu so she can get started. Oh, you're still muted. There you go.
Thanks, Howard, for the introduction. Thank you, everyone, for attending. I hope everybody can see my screen. We'll get started. So today we are going to talk about LinkedIn, how you can use it effectively to network, foster new business relationships, promote your brand, and to sell your services. Generally speaking, when we think of LinkedIn, some of us think it's for career search and job recruiting, but really LinkedIn is way more than that. And it does offer a lot to your business in the form of allowing you to expand the reach of your brand, generate more sales and leads, and to even network, especially in the virtual world in which we are today. Sorry, it's not going forward. All right, so here is the agenda. I will tell you a little bit about WSI, what we do, what kind of services we provide, and why you need to use LinkedIn. What is the business case for LinkedIn, and what happened through this pandemic and other circumstances to make this a valuable tool than before? And with that in mind, how do you go about building your brand? How do you make your profile stand out? And how to establish good connections with others that can help you grow your business. And we will do some Q&A at the end of the presentation. WSI has been around for 25 years, and our goal and passion is really helping transform the businesses of the clients we work with and help them navigate the complexity of the digital marketing world. So whether you're someone just starting with digital marketing or have been using it for a long time, we are here to help you achieve your marketing goals and take them to the next level. I have over 20 years of digital marketing experience helping clients grow their business across many industries. And we specialize in website design and development. We do offer SEO services, and we also offer social media management and marketing. I know you all love to do cold calling as much as I do, but it does not work. It's effective only 3% of the time, And sales still need to generate between 70 to 85% of their own leads. So let's take a look at how digital disruption is changing the B2B sale process. B2B buyer has changed and digital selling is transforming the process of selling. Today's buyer is aware of their options. Before today's customers ever approach a sales team, they have likely Googled about what they need. They have read hundreds of reviews. They have even talked to their friends on Facebook. So sales teams need to handle themselves very differently from even 5 years ago. And the next few years are going to be turbulent in sales as new patterns emerge. The old way of selling is not going to be enough. There are many tools available for salespeople, from social selling to CRM. And what is social selling is, it's a way of identifying prospects, nurturing them, and generating pipeline via social networks such as LinkedIn, Twitter, Facebook, Pinterest. But today we are going to talk about LinkedIn as one of the social selling tools. Let's take a look at the buyer's journey. So on the left-hand side is the starting point of the buyer's journey. Buyers are in control of when and how they access information during the sales process. They are well informed, but yet they are suffering from too much information. In the middle is where the buyer first contacts the seller. That's where they realize that they might have a problem and start performing research. So buyers are 69% of their journey before they ever contact the sales team. To the right, indicated in green, is the final part of the buyer's journey. And many sales teams work with buyers for only 31% of their journey, and that's not a lot of time to influence the buyer. So what are the options? There are two choices for salespeople. Choice number one is fight with everyone else for the business. And choice number two is focus on the starting point of the buyer journey. And the people who focus on the first part of the journey rarely compete on the price, and they often win deals with zero competition. And then 2020 happened, and choice number one basically evaporated. If you think back throughout the year 2020 and compare it to 2019, many of you had to make changes from the digital perspective in your business that you would not have considered making if it was not for something like COVID. For some people, it might be that their website became more important, and some of you started migrating towards LinkedIn, etc. When you think about the impact of pandemic and other things, all of those in-person meetings that we were experiencing before, Chamber of Commerce meeting, network meetings, trade shows, conferences, all of them are put on hold. So what are your options? Well, thankfully, we have options like LinkedIn to defer to help us do all those things on a virtual basis. My guess is many of you have been on a number of Zoom calls, go-to meetings, and other things as a way to offset that. But oftentimes, if you're just participant, that only gets you so far. So what you can do proactively through LinkedIn to make a difference in your business. Let's share with you some numbers that might make this more meaningful for you. LinkedIn is one network where you will find decision makers. There are over 63 million decision makers, and that is huge. It's not easy to find these decision makers on other social channels. There are 30 million company pages. And when you look at from lead generation point of view, LinkedIn account for 80% of B2B leads from social media. And we also find that lead conversion is 3 times higher on LinkedIn than you are going to find on other social channels. LinkedIn has been voted as the most trusted network. LinkedIn is the first place where decision makers go to when they need to vet product or service, or if they are having issues and problems, they are not turning to their own trusted network, but they are searching for people on LinkedIn to help them solve their problems. So last year, McKinsey did a survey of number of decision makers and asked them, how has their business changed in terms of sales process this year because of COVID? And many of the company responded by saying, for business to happen, it still had to happen, but had to happen differently. We made an immediate shift to virtual meetings using Zoom or self-assistant tools like chatbots, etc. And 75% of them said, we actually preferred those interactions now to what we were doing before, citing things like economies of scale, cost efficiency. And surprisingly, the amount of money decision makers are willing to spend on purchases may surprise you. They were willing to spend 500K to 1 million on purchase just through virtual meetings or self-service options. So here is a big takeaway from that survey. Companies that are willing to make that shift and go more digital for B2B selling process are going to have a competitive advantage. Not only they are going to have more customers, they are going to have loyal customers. So if you have not got on board yet, there is still time, but start moving. This is the right time. The first thing you want to consider when it comes to virtual networking through LinkedIn is how is it different from traditional networking? And one word that comes to mind is that virtual networking is scalable relationship building. If you think of how you network in the past, you might jump into your car, go to a local networking meeting. There could be any number of people there, but you get to meet a few of them. And in some cases, the ones you meet are not even your target audiences. So you meet them and go back home. And there is a lot of time investment there. And in some cases, you even have to pay to attend those events like trade shows and conferences. So there is an investment in terms of time and money, but it doesn't always give you the results you want. But when you take a look at LinkedIn, it's scalable, it's very time efficient. It's there and you can access it anytime you want, and you don't have to jump into your car to go anywhere. And the second thing is that it is informed. You can do your research and target specific individuals that are your target audiences for doing business with, and vice versa. You can learn about them upfront and determine, is that someone you want to connect with? You don't get that option when you go to your in-person networking meetings. You also get more visibility on LinkedIn. Normally, when you walk into your usual networking meetings, only sponsors get the visibility and they get to talk about their business. And you as an individual don't get that visibility. But on LinkedIn, when you are connected with multiple people and anytime you post something, it gets seen by a lot of people. And also it's free. There is a paid version if you want, but you can do a lot of things with the free version. And I'm going to show you today how to do that. It's available 24/7, so you can see it and be seen anytime it's convenient for you. And here is the scalable part. Let's say you have 1,000 connections on LinkedIn, and each one of those 1,000 connections are also connected to 1,000 people. That puts you just one person away from interacting with as many as million people on LinkedIn, and that is pretty powerful. Not something you can easily do in an in-person environment. So scalability is one of the biggest feature you find to your advantage. I'm not saying that replace face-to-face networking with virtual networking, but using both of them effectively can help you even when the situation returns to normal. Let's start by reviewing your social selling index. So LinkedIn is measuring your social selling efforts and how you're using LinkedIn. If you are new to LinkedIn, that's okay. But if you have been using LinkedIn for some time, we will look at your score. And if it's low, that's okay, accept that number. We will share some strategies with you, how you can improve your social selling index and get more visibility on LinkedIn. And your social selling, they measure your social selling index in terms of establishing how you are establishing your professional brand, finding the right people, engage with insights, and build relationships. And we will discuss in the next few slides how to establish your professional brand and get connected with the right people. And to find your social selling index, I will take you to the browser and show you. So you will search in Google Social Selling Index, and you will click on this very first link. When you click on this link, you will see this screen and you will click on Get Your Scores for Free. And this is the score. If you're logged into your LinkedIn, you can see this score. And this is my score, and it changes every day. It's updated basically every day based on your interaction and what you're doing on LinkedIn. So it's telling me where you rank in your industry and also where you rank in your network. As you can see, the 24 out of 100 people in your industry and 41 average score is 41 and mine is 76, which is okay. And if you have 50 or more, that is pretty good, but you can always improve it. And we will discuss that, how to do that. So here are 5 easy steps to do start selling, social selling using LinkedIn. First, you take a look at target company, and then you can determine which decision makers to focus on. Define your persona, and we will work on, I'll show you how you develop your target persona, and based on that, you will have to update your profile. Next, you find them on social media, and on sites like LinkedIn, you want to ask for a warm introduction from your first degree connections rather than sending a cold connection request. Before speaking directly with the prospect, you should observe the prospect's behavior. What does your prospect post? What topic interests your prospect? How does your prospect interact with other people? Next, you will want to look for opportunities to engage with the prospects. Did the prospect post something about your industry? Make a comment. Did you find a cool article which your prospect might be interested in? Share it with the prospect. And those are prime opportunities to stay top of mind with potential buyers. Position yourself as a subject matter expert by sharing relevant industry content, commenting on news alert, and building your professional brand. Finally, after you have interacted a bit with the prospect, you can introduce your company, what you do, and how you might be able to help. We see that a lot of people are just sending connection requests randomly, and as soon as you accept it, they start sending sales messages. You must be strategic about it, and if not done properly, it can be quite damaging for your brand. Let's talk about how to identify your target audiences on LinkedIn. So here is the persona exercise. This is for my business. It's impossible to target everyone on LinkedIn, and which is why you will need to think about specific group of people and consider them as your target market. Since these people are also the ones who are more likely to do business with you, you will want to spend most of your time speaking to them with your LinkedIn strategy. So we start with the persona exercise to make sure that we understand our target market and stay focused. And like I'm looking for small business owners, 10 or more employees. And how do they find you? These are the questions you need to ask for your business and finish this exercise in your time. But here's like, you have to think, how do they find you? What are their pain points? For example, their website is not coming on the first page of Google, losing business as they don't have mobile friendly website. What do they want to know? They want to know how we can help them get on the first page of Google and get more leads. And what do they don't want? They don't want to lose business to competition. And how do we help them build a good website and optimize their website? So developing a strategy for finding the right people on LinkedIn will help you focus your time more effectively. And by completing the following information, you will end up with a focused plan to grow your business. So how do you go about building your professional brand? LinkedIn rate your profile in 3 categories: beginners, intermediate, and all-star. And all-star is where you want to be. There are 8 different things you want to complete on your profile to reach the all-star status. And at WSI, we have built an ebook that you can request by emailing me. There are a lot of things that you can put on your LinkedIn profile that allow people to begin to know you even before they connect with you. When you reach an all-star status, it increases your reach by 50%. And professional profile photo is the most important thing. It generates more profile views and drive higher overall engagement. So include an updated photo in your profile. And LinkedIn also allow custom background banner for all profiles. So use this feature to upload a banner that is a professional marketing piece for you and your brand. And you need to create a profile with your customer in mind. As we discussed earlier, understanding your buyer is very important as many have different needs and your message should be relevant to them. And people buy from people they like and people buy from people that are like them. So build a social profile that mirrors your buyer's prospects' needs. And you want to build a personal brand that your prospects are attracted to. Take the focus away from you and make it more about how you help others. It's not as much a resume tool as it was 10 years ago. It's more about helping people find people to solve their problems. And in the last 2 years, we have seen a greater shift away from just stating what you do to how you help others. And that's what the decision makers are looking for. They don't want to get involved in the conversation with you until they understand you have a way to help them. And doing that means adding case studies on your profile. You can also do that by adding PowerPoint slides, PDF documents, videos. And so you can add them in the featured section. And it's relatively new, but it appears very high in your profile. And I'm going to show you in the live profile where that featured section is and how you should use it. So your headline is the first thing people look at your profile. Most people defaults to their job title, and that is a huge missed opportunity. Try describing yourself creatively in one line to capture people's attention. Describe what you do and how you can help others. Make sure that you include recommendations from your clients and also include call to action, and make sure that your summary is client facing. And you need to optimize your profile for search. The chances of your LinkedIn profile being found on Google is very high. So make sure it's up to date and relevant. Get found, add words and phrases throughout your profile that highlight your skills to improve your visibility on LinkedIn and Google search results. So here's an example. I just took a screenshot of my profile. As you can see, this is the headline, where you put like how you can help people and what you do, instead of just doing your job title. And here is the summary. And as you can see, it should be client facing, how you can help people, and make sure that you include call to action. A lot of time we go to profiles and it's so hard to find the contact information on their profile. Let's go and see it in real. All right. So here's your headline. You should make sure that it's attractive and immediately capture attention. And here is the contact information. A lot of time people are not filling up this contact information here, and LinkedIn is giving you an opportunity to put at least 3 URLs, and you can put your social media profiles and your website, phone number, and how people can contact you. And here is the summary. As you can see, I showed you in the screenshot, it's the same thing. And this is the featured section where you can feature your videos, PowerPoints, or anything to stand out from the crowd. And it's very important that you claim your public profile URL. As you can see, sometimes we see the numbers here. They are appearing because they have not claimed their profile. So click on the public profile URL and claim it could be your name or whatever you want to put in there. It was just an example of the profile which doesn't have any information and the other one has. Example of here, as you can see, there is no profile picture, no custom banner here, and we cannot, see why we should connect with this person. And on the right hand side, you can see that there is a custom banner, the image is very professional, and also the headline, which is giving us clear idea of what that person does and why I should connect with her. Here's another example of good and bad profile. So this picture could be good for Facebook and other social profiles, but not for LinkedIn. And as you can see on the right hand side, it's much professional looking profile. So you probably get invites from people daily and you look at their profiles and don't see any reason as to why you should connect. So first thing to do when engaging in social selling is to build a quality network. You can connect with people who you know well and will promote you and refer you to their network. So start with friends and family, people you have gone to, school with, and your coworkers, past and present. And sometimes LinkedIn gives suggestions based on your profile, who you should connect with. And when you are meeting with people in person networking meetings, you should connect with them and use the search function. So a lot of people ask, like, what is the good number? Like, how many connections should I have? So LinkedIn, I feel that you should have around 500 connections, because less than 500 LinkedIn show your contacts. Like, if you have 100 or 200, they will show it. But after you reach 500, they don't show the number of contacts. So it's good number, but you can start with 250. But set a goal weekly connection requests you will be sending. And we don't recommend using automated tools, because a lot of time we see in the past that some people had their profiles blocked by LinkedIn because they were using automated tools, sending hundreds of connection requests automatically. So that we don't recommend. And so it's a time commitment, but it's worth it. Like, you should set your daily goals of reaching to maybe 10 or 20 people. That will be a good target. And your center of influence and your suppliers, your clients are the most important people for your business. By connecting with each one of them, you will start getting their LinkedIn updates and posts that will help you understand their pain points better. And you can then start looking for people with similar interest, and customers can become your biggest resource for prospecting. And when sending a connection request, it's best to use a personal message and tell the person why you want to connect, so that they will at least remember you, rather than sending a standard LinkedIn message. Let's go and look at the LinkedIn search. And I'm using the free LinkedIn search feature, not the premium one. And you can do a lot of things. And as you will see here. So here is the search bar. Here you can see the filters. You can, let's say you know somebody and you want to see who they are connected to, and they might be able to introduce them, you to them. So you can click here, all filters, and you can put the name of the person you are looking for. Let's say I have Joseph is my connection. And I'm looking for second degree connections, people with whom I'm not connected yet. First degree connections are the one with whom you are already connected. So when I click on this second degree connections, and I will put here the location, and then I apply these filters. So here I can see all the people which my connection, first degree connection, which is Joseph, is connected to. So I can either send them request directly, but as I said, it's best to ask for a warm introduction from your first degree connections, which are listed here. You can ask them for introduction. And when you're connecting with people, don't click on the connect from here, because it's very important to personalize the message. If you click from here, you don't get an option to write a message. So what we recommend is that you go here on their profile and then click the connect and the message. So then you can write a message to them why you want to connect with them. So this was one example of using the search. If you know the name of the company, let's say I want to see the employees of, because it's already there, but you can put any name of the company here and you can look for who the employees are and if you want to connect with them. So I'm going to here put again the location. So you can see right now it's showing me a lot of results because I didn't change the location. So now it's showing me all the people who are in Phoenix, Arizona, and they work for Google. You can do this similar search for the company you are looking for. So I'm going to clear that. And you can also do the search by keyword. Let's say I'm trying to connect with accountants and people. Right now it's showing me 7 million because I didn't change my location. So in the free version, you get all these filters, but if you have a premium or sales navigator, which is a paid version of the LinkedIn, they give you a lot more filters. You can search by company size, like how many employees they have, and also by their revenue, like 1 million to 5 million. So they give you a lot more search options. And there are some other benefits also, but I think a lot of people, more than 90%, we feel that not even using the free one. So it's best to maximize the use of your free version before you even start to think of the sales navigator. So let's say I'm looking for accountants in Phoenix. So as you can see, it gives me a list of all the people who are accountants. So I can go to their profile and search them and see if I want to look for an introduction from my shared connections. Yeah, it's time consuming. In automated tools, there are a lot of things you can do automatically, but as I said, we don't recommend it. It's better to go slow, do with 10 or 15 people, and then build your network right. And Sales Navigator, the premium feature, it has a lot of benefits as it allows you to save your searches. I like that option too, but here you can just create your Excel sheet and you can put your search in Excel sheet. So that way you can keep track who you send connection requests to and who has accepted. That's your way to manually keep track of if you're using a free version. So let's take a look at how to go over some messages, like how do you approach and how do you, when you're sending the connection request, what do you say? This slide I just put in because you can subscribe to, if you want to experience the Sales Navigator paid tool, you can subscribe to it for 30 days free, and you can see you can make some more connections in those 30 days. So your first message will be to invite your targeted audience persona to your network. And you can say, I'm building my network with like-minded individual in the marketing industry. That's what I say, or local business owners in my area. And so you can modify this message scripts to suit your styles and campaigns. And these are just guide to create your own. And once they accept your connection request, just be polite, send them the next day, thank you for connecting with me on LinkedIn. And sometimes people are sending you the request. And when you are accepting the request, you can send, thanks for inviting me to be part of your network. If I can help you anyway, let me know. Feel free to use me as a resource. Information regarding digital and social media marketing. So don't sell anything, just try to be a resource and just like warm introduction, because right now is not the time to start telling about your company right now. So the next step is you need to start observing. And once you have connected with them, you see what they are posting and you start to share your content. Because there is so much information out there, and it's your goal as LinkedIn user is to provide great content that resonate with your audience and helps to address their questions. For it could be a business challenge, a life issue, particular pain points, etc. So sharing relevant content on your LinkedIn profile will keep you top of mind. You can share other people's content that's relevant, or curate content from other articles, or write a unique thought leadership piece. So sharing content and liking updates will go a long way to increasing your personal brand online. You will get noticed and be acknowledged as an expert in your field. I want to quickly show you how you can post on your profile and what different kind of posts you can do. So here you can see that you can start a post, which could be your blog post from your website, or you're sharing somebody else's article. When you share somebody else update on your profile, it gets seen by your network. Like, you know, somebody is like here commenting on this, and it's seen by my network of people. So basically you are helping that person being seen by your network. So that's what you do before you start connecting and telling about your company. You will be sharing there if it's relevant to your industry. And you can also write articles. And that is a pretty, good feature, because these articles stay on LinkedIn. The posts can go, after some time you won't see them, but this is just like a blog post on your website. You can write an article, and it's great, and it stays here on your activity. If you go here, as you can see here. So here are the articles which are going to stay forever on your LinkedIn profile. So take advantage of it. It's pretty powerful here. And the posts are here. And your all activity. This is how you can go and look at your connections activity and start interacting with them. So, sometimes people ask what content that we should share. So brainstorm the questions that you are asked about your product and services. Go to Google and get ideas and look at your competition's website, blogs. So you don't need to do something every single day, but it's important to build consistency in your process and ensure that you do something at a frequency that meets your time allotment. And by maintaining a consistent effort of engaging, sharing, interacting, you will not only start to see your social selling index and connections go up, but more importantly, you will begin to see the true benefits of your networking efforts. This is when you will start to realize an increase in appointments, meetings, and eventually sales. So this is the message you will send after you have observed and shared content for some time. And these are we call interest messages, in which you will offer something useful or valuable to them. In my case, if we are providing free website audit, or it could be competitive analysis. So we will send some, like this kind of benefit to them. So this is good for you. Like if you have interacted with them a bit and you know their pain points, what they are looking for, you can start to share some of your valuable resources with them. So to recap, you need to develop your strategy, build persona of target audiences, enhance your profile, share content and observe, and get your messages ready for connecting. I also provide individual consulting and LinkedIn workshops, so I just wanted to let everyone know. And we are offering it's a free offer for all the attendees. We created a checklist for creating an all-star LinkedIn profile, and you can request me that checklist by emailing me. And I will open it up for questions right now.
Okay, Madhu, we've got a couple questions in the Q&A box.
Yeah.
The first one is, how do you make a decision on which media to choose, and how do you evaluate its effectiveness? The sales generated is hard to see if it is a direct result of that media advertising. So how do you do your cost versus benefit decision?
So when they're talking about media, are they talking about different social media channel for their business?
It sounds like they are.
Okay, so that's very important to do that target persona exercise, which we put in the beginning. So every business needs to sit down and create their target persona, because the target persona is a fictional representation of your target customers, which could be based on your market research, or it could be based on your existing clients. So you need to figure out who you are going after before spending any marketing dollars. So if you are, your target customers are on Facebook, you need to advertise on the Facebook. So it's very important, that first step. And a lot of the companies, skip that step and they start, spending on marketing, and that doesn't produce any results.
Excellent. Thank you. We have another question. It says, why the quotations before your name? Does that help your profile stand out?
Hold on, quotation. They are talking about my profile, right?
I'm guessing, yeah.
Okay. So I put this as a way to figure out who is sending me a connection request automatically and who is making an effort to write my name. Because if it's an automatic, their automatic tool will pick up this dot. And if somebody's writing a personal message, they won't. So that gives you an indication, because a lot of people are using these automated tools and it's not very personal. They are targeting the wrong people. I get so many sales messages. I'm not even their target audience. Like, for example, somebody sent me a message saying that we can help you get leads for your heating and air conditioning business. So it was, so basically they have not done their part. So I think it is very damaging. As I said, people are using in various industries. I am seeing that a lot of automation. So that is helping me determine whether it's an automated message or not.
Okay. We have another question that just came in. Do you suggest that most people upgrade to premium, or is it fine to stay with the free version of LinkedIn?
Yes, as I said earlier, 90% of the people are not even using yet like the free version. So if you are a salesperson for a company and you have access to Salesforce CRM and you are tracking everything, then it makes sense to complement it with the Sales Navigator, if that is the case. But if you are a small business owner and you are trying to connect with your, target customers, I think the free version works very best, works good.
Excellent, thank you. We have another question about the slides. Yes, the slides will be available on our website, the ACA website, later today, along with the recording of the video of the webinar. A question I have that you talked a lot about business to business. How can LinkedIn be used for business to consumer?
So let's say, your business is, let's say, heating and air conditioning company, right? So when you are on LinkedIn, you are trying to find your power partners. Like, they could be connecting to realtors, right, on the LinkedIn, because those are the people they have to give recommendation to their clients who they should use for pest control, for HVAC or other services. So it's good to have profile on LinkedIn and then connecting with the right people who can refer business to you. So it can be used by people who are B2C.
Okay. We have another question in here. Why are there no options for searching when I click on the search window?
Okay, so sometimes, hold on, let me go. So when you are in the search feature, click on enter. I think it should bring up that features. That's what I think, that's the question, right? They are not able to see this bar.
Yes.
Just take your cursor to the search bar and hit enter. It should start appearing.
Okay, another really good question is, if you work at a small company, should you consider building your personal social connections versus the company? Okay. And both will have different objectives.
Mm-hmm. So I feel that, LinkedIn is mostly people are connecting with you, right, as a person. So it's good to build your personal brand, but I also suggest that you create your company page here. Like, even though I don't have many employees, I'm building my personal brand, but at the same time, I do have my company page, because when people are on your profile here, let's say I'll show you, and in your experience, you are putting your company here. Sorry, it's slow. See experience here. If you don't have a company page and somebody end up clicking on it, they won't see anything. So it's very important that even though you're a small, even though one-person company, create your company page, because it's another opportunity to get a link to your website. And it's like, you can create your profile, and basically if you don't have the company page, LinkedIn will show something randomly, like, they will put something on their own. So it's best to claim your page and create the company page. That's what my recommendation is.
Excellent. We've got another one popped up. It says, does LinkedIn separate users with premium versions from those who use free versions? For example, are you able to interact with users who have premium LinkedIn accounts? Do they show up on the results page when browsing for new connections?
Yes, if people have LinkedIn profile, you can still send them a connection request. And once they accept your connection request, you can start to see their activity. But I mean, it's true with any, like if you are not connected with the person, you won't be able to see their activity. But LinkedIn Sales Navigator has one other feature, which I forgot to mention. You can see who has viewed your profile. In the free feature, you can see only up to 5, I think they will show who has seen your profile. But in the premium, you can see up to 50 to 100 people who are viewing your profile. And that's a good opportunity to reach out to them, that I saw that you were looking at my profile. Let's say we have some common interests, let's connect. So it gives you a little bit more opportunity to engage in conversation if you can see who is viewing your profile.
Excellent, thank you. Looks like we don't have any new questions. So I think we will go ahead and wrap up, unless anybody wants to throw another question in the Q&A. But we appreciate Madhu's presentation on LinkedIn. Oh, we do have another question pop up. Excellent.
Okay. All right.
It says, if we have 2 businesses, should we do 2 LinkedIn? Yeah.
If they have 2 separate businesses, yes, definitely. I mean, they are totally unrelated. It's good to create 2 pages if they are different services.
Okay. Oops, we get some more. All right. So thank you again. We appreciate Madhu's presentation on LinkedIn. I forgot to mention before, we were connected with Madhu through Local First Arizona. We appreciate the team at Local First for connecting us with Madhu so she could do this LinkedIn presentation. So Local First has been a great partner of ours in helping source some of the experts in the different fields. So we appreciate them. With that, we will wrap up today. And we want to invite everybody to join us next Tuesday morning at 9 a.m. We also want to remind you that this webinar is being recorded and will be posted on our website later today, along with the slide deck. So you can go back and review that if you want, or share it with others so they can review it. It's a great tool. With that, we will give you a few minutes back to your day, and we were going to wish you all to have a safe and good weekend as we approach that, and we will see everybody on Tuesday. Thank you.
Thanks, everyone.